Hello everyone and welcome to episode 8 of the FreckleVerse. We are cracking through these episodes, 8 episodes so far. Thank you so much for all of the support. Today we're going to be focusing on one specific part of our world, and it's this building that I'm standing in right now. There's a lot of things wrong with it as it is at the moment. We've got this wall which is all blank and stuff. This doesn't look too bad how it's, disconnected, and Enderman has clearly tried to grief here. These walls are blank and stuff. We've got nothing really happening in here. There's a fair bit to do, but hopefully we can get all of this done, all the details done in this episode, and we can finally put an end to this project that we started almost 2 episodes ago. Now, before we do anything, we do have a horse to name, and thank you again to the comments section for this beautiful name, Bruce. So there you go, Bruce, looking lovely. But Bruce, this is Bruce's home. It's quite disappointing. So the first thing on the list for today is to actually fix this. We're going to build a shelter for Bruce, and while we're at it, we're also going to build a little home for the dogs as well, which I have no idea where they are. I think they're inside. Yeah, here they are, Trevor and Floofy. Now we're going to build their little area over here to make this sort of area come to life. Well, I know some of you are probably fretting right now because if we look over here, the wall is looking amazing. No, I will fix it. That's not going to stay there forever. But this is the area flattened out now, so we're going to be able to build a little structure on the side, something sort of just coming out with a little, a little shed sort of thing. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the time lapse that's happening right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure horses can't get out of here. I've left a gap on either side here, like with one there and there's one over there. And I'm pretty sure the horses can't step over a gap. But I guess we'll find out when Bruce just gets out. Well, that is Bruce's beautiful home now complete, and it looks like he can't get out of there, which is good. And now it's time to build the area for the dogs. Now we have run out of space on this part, but I guess we'll have to figure out another area to put it. We might put it up. Well, I guess that gives us our answer. Well, now it looks a little bit worse. It looks like he's more in a cage than anywhere else that he might enjoy, but at least he won't be able to get out unless he can get out here. That would be infuriating. But again, I guess we'll find out. Right, now back onto the dogs. I think one of the hardest things to do is to actually make a cave that looks like a cave. And I've done something here. I don't know if it looks like a cave or not, but it looks like something, I guess. Well, it is time for the big reveal. This is the cave where they will be staying. It's so awesome. I tried to make it a little bit cozy and then also a little bit sort of like comfy, I guess, with the carpets. They've got a little campfire, they've got some chairs to sit in. I don't know what dogs like to do, but this is the area. It's nice and cozy. It's also got some cave elements in as well. So that's the idea. I tried to merge both comfy and cave together. This is how it's turned out. I feel like it's gone pretty well. So let's move the dogs in. Well, that's the dogs in. Obviously, this is Floofy's room looking lovely. And I forgot to mention this. I actually built 2 rooms. There's another one over here. This one's just for Trevor. So we've got both of the dogs in here looking nice and comfy. And it is time to move on to getting this building looking just as comfy as the dogs are. Now, of course, the plan for this building today is to get everything done, but let's just get out of the rain and start on this bottom section here, and then we can move on up the house. So I did actually do a little bit of stuff on the balcony when we first made it, but there is a little bit to do on this wall because at the moment it's a little bit bland, and that now looks like a face, but it's going to give us a lot of opportunity to do some decorations around here underneath these windowsills and also inside. Well, that is the decorations for the front part, basically complete. I don't know if it looks good. We've got a little bit of a hanging pot here, and that's pretty cool. And then we've got some stuff down here, of course, and some things on the windowsill. I think it looks pretty cool. It brings a little bit of life to the area. So the next thing is to build something inside here, and I think this is going to be a little bit of a kitchen sort of thing in this area where you can cook all of the fish that you've just fished. And then over here is just going to be sort of like a rumpus area with obviously connection to upstairs. Well, this is the kitchen floor done, and it looks exactly how I wanted it to. So let's go ahead and make this really beautiful with a super cool transition. Oh, such a cool transition. Oh my gosh. All right, we have finally finished the kitchen, and as you can see, it looks beautiful. I did lower the roof a little bit just to make it a little bit more cramped, because that's how I feel like kitchens are some of the time. You know, there's not much room to move around. There's heaps of things going on, lots of workbenches, all sorts of stuff. I also added a little bit of blood on the floor, which is fish blood. It's fish blood, guys. It's not human blood. Okay, so we've done a little bit of work. We've added in all of these bits. I've added a little bit of texturing to the floor, so as you can see here, we've got a carpet. If I was a Minecraft player, I would sit on these. The only thing left to do is add a little bit of interest to these side walls, because they're a bit bland, and if we look in here you can see, you know, there's stuff all along the side walls everywhere, and it just draws the eye to basically everything, even the floor. You know, there's stuff everywhere. Guys, I might have found the perfect picture. I didn't even know that this one existed in the game, but look at it. It looks like the kind of thing that you would see in a living room sort of area. It's just beautiful. I don't know if it sort of fits the vibe, but it is going to stay here. So that is the bottom part mostly done. Maybe I'll hang a picture here just to bring this wall to life, because it's looking a little bit bland. And this area here is also looking a little bit bland, but I'm sure we can figure something out here. So this level is going to be a sort of level where someone might showcase all of their precious fishing trophies, you know, their biggest fish, their most extravagant fish, an old fishing rod, you know, that kind of stuff, just sort of in this area. Well, this is the final result. If we come up here, we can see the walls are all lined with this sort of weird texture, and it's meant to be a little bit spooky. And if we turn around here, we've got a face, which we will work a little bit more on in the future. But the idea is that it is a little bit creepy, you know, maybe there's some weird stuff going on in here with all of the decorations in here, but it also looks really cool on the wall as well, so I love that. Now, obviously, we need to put in the parts here, like the biggest fish, you know, all that kind of stuff, and we'll write little books along the way, but we might do that next episode, because that will be a lot of fun. This actually isn't the level completed, because we still have this outside area. Well, this is the outside bit now completely finished. We've got a barrel over here. We've got a little place where you can sit and have a piece of coffee. We've got a place over here where you can have a coffee. We've got a couple of little pieces of foliage. And then over here, this is the main area. We've got your sort of table where you might sit and have lunch with your friends. A nice little fire over here, or an oven, I guess, which leads up to a beautiful chimney. And we've even got a bit of meat on a chopping board, and of course this beautiful little thing here. Now you might be wondering what this is. This is a heater. It's one of those heaters that you might see outside a restaurant or something like that, and I've used these dripstones to kind of represent the cylindrical structure that is the sort of stem, I guess, of the heater. So this is the heater. I think it actually looks really good with the resources that I've had. I've had to be a little bit creative, and this is what I've come up with, so I hope you enjoy it. So now it's time to get the final level complete, and this one is going to be the sort of living area. Now, to make our lives a little bit easier, we are going to split up these into 3 little rooms so we can work on each room at a time. We don't need to work on a big sort of space like this. So I'm only actually going to put the walls up to this height, because above it is going going to be a little ceiling, because we are actually going to have a level above this one, and that's just going to be a sort of attic-y area where there's a lot of storage and things like that for all of your unwanted items. And that is now the ceiling all complete, so it's time to move on to the actual decorations of the inside. But before we do that, let's have a little look at the sunset, because it's so beautiful today. How lovely. Alright, that's enough. Let's go back to work. Well, before I show you what this room looks like, I just want to say one thing. I managed to find something that I was looking for a very, very long time. And that something is the Ender Dragon egg, baby. Let's go. We finally found it. So I went and I tried to get the Ender Dragon head. I got the Ender Dragon head, but I didn't set my spawn. So on the way back, I landed at the world spawn, and there was the dragon egg just sitting there. It had gone through portal when I tried to collect it, and so we've managed to get it back. And this room is basically all of my treasures. So I've defeated the overworld. We've got a trial chamber rod, and then also we have a blaze rod over on this side to say we defeated the nether, and then over here, of course, the end. And then of course on this side I had to fill in this area a little bit, so I've put a spare set of diamond armor, and I've also got some cool chains and stuff to make it look like it's locked in place. So this area is completely finished, and we've also put down a little bit of a pathway using these carpets to make this area sort of flow a little bit more. And that is another room done. If we just walk over into here, you can see we've got a beautiful area where you can do a little bit of cooking. You can look out into the outside area, and yeah, you can just chill out in here, do lots of things. We've got a little bookshelf over here in the corner, and it looks pretty cool. Well, the final room is now complete, and here it is, I think, one of the coolest rooms so far. It's sort of a higgledy-piggledy mess because it's a banner making room. We've got some looms here, and you can sit in your little chair and do your loom stuff. And obviously you can see some of the creations are already up and in place. Lots of things going on. It's meant to be messy, it's meant to be out of control, and this is how it's turned out. So a nice place to relax and do something that you enjoy. So the main interior is now done. Let's have a quick walk through. We go through here, we've got beautiful stuff through here, come around here, jump down, got an outdoor area, we've got a beautiful balcony area here which you can look out at the sunset for. Go through here, we've got a spooky and weird sort of collection of trophies. And then we can come down this stairwell into the general living space, and this just looks awesome. I actually really love this downstairs area. I think it blends really nicely with the style of base that we're going for. And then of course we can come out here and look at this outside area. It looks fabulous. A beautiful dock. There could be a little bit more work done to this area, but it looks quite beautiful, and I actually am starting to really love this little fishing house that we have created. Also, if you were wondering why my levels have suddenly gone from 40 to 7, it's because I died to a creeper. Which also meant that I lost my sword, but now I've gotten a better one because I found one in one of my shulker boxes, so that's great. So now it's time to do this top part, and there's certainly a lot of work to do with the walls because, well, at the moment, it's a little bit clunky having this diorite and calcite combo over here, and then having deep slate and stone over on this side. That is this entire area now complete. So, what is going on? Guys, I'm stuck. Guys, help, help. I guess we will move on to the outside. Now this outside area is by far the most important part of the build because it's the part that we're going to be seeing most of the time. We're going to be seeing these blank walls and we don't want them to be blank. This side obviously is looking quite nice already because we've got this little stable over here. There's also some windows and stuff over here, so it actually looks quite nice on this side, and there's not too much that we need to do, but we will do some things to these windows to just make them not look like blank holes. This side needs a lot of work because obviously this top part is completely blank, and over here, I mean, this is just a blank window as well, so that needs a bit of work. Well, the first front part has been basically completed, and it's looking a lot nicer. It's looking a lot more blended in with the landscape. We've got a nice little path here, which is the same sort of path that we see down here, and we will link these up eventually, but not now. And we've also got a couple of little pot plants in here that are looking nice and cute, and some lanterns that are placed in, and some bushes. And I also bone milled a little bit of the ground along here, so that's all looking quite nice and naturey. And this side is also looking nice and naturey, so we are basically finished from looking at this angle, and now it's just time to go ahead and do the same thing for this side. Well, that is now another side all completed, and it actually looks quite amazing. I really love how these pot plants just sort of fit into the environment. It looks beautiful. Now, I did say that it would be finished after doing that last bit, but there is one small thing left to do, and that is this little bit up here, this little piece of wall, I guess. What we're going to do with this piece of wall is we're actually going to make it into a little balcony, because remember, if we hop up here into the attic and open this specific door, we can come into this beautiful room, and if we mine out this wall right here, lo and behold, we're at the point where there needs to be a nice little balcony. Well, that is the balcony now complete, and it is looking absolutely amazing from basically every single angle that I look at it. If we go through here and up the ladder and we just jump into this room here, you can get onto the balcony and look out, and it looks quite amazing. Now, this room doesn't have anything in it, but I'll leave it up to you guys to decide what should be in this room. It's a pretty tight space, so there doesn't have to be anything in here. This could just be a piece of decoration, but it would probably be nice to put something in this area. Well, there is just one more thing left to finish off this build, and it is looking quite awesome, but the one thing that is left is a nice little pathway to link this area down to here, and then we also need to just make this cliff a little bit less like that. Well, as the sun is setting, the building is looking absolutely amazing. This path is all completely finished. You can walk down it nicely. I should probably add some like half slabs or stuff in here just to make it a little bit easier. But this is all done. It links up with this area quite nicely, and obviously goes around to the front door. And then if we head over here, and let's have a look out on this side, the cliff face is also looking amazing as well. So this is all completed. The build is just about finished, and it looks really quite spectacular from basically every single angle that you can look at it from. Well, that does bring us to the end of the episode. A lot of progress has been made. God bless you all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to comment your favorite part of this video and share it with a friend. You know how it is. I will see you in the next one. See ya!